Hello Chocs and Chocettes, no one in between, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. This time we have the KitKat Gold. Yeah, look at that, caramelise your break it says. Yeah, so very nice, very nice. So very excited about this one. Yeah, I think it says new on it, so it did say new in the shops, but I think it's been around before or had a sort of, it was out for a time, then was removed, and then, well not removed, well removed, yeah maybe, and then came back again. So I don't think it's new, but nevertheless it's new for me. I've not had it before. So what I'm thinking it probably is either a sort of Caramac McVitie's Gold style top to the chocolate, as you can see here, as well as the milk chocolate below, or maybe even some kind of caramel white chocolate. I'm not sure, so we'll see, because that Caramac stuff isn't actually chocolate, believe it or not. So yeah, so interesting. Yeah, so looking forward to trying this one out. Yeah, so let's see. I mean, basically there's in the US, or I think in the US, maybe some other I think it's US KitKats have lots of different varieties. Some of them are like KitKat Duos, where you have double sort of flavours, a bit like this really. So yeah, so I was hopeful that maybe they might be starting to do something like that here, but I don't know. It's not labelled as a duo. It's just KitKat Gold. It's very much its own thing. So yeah, so we'll see. So we'll be reviewing those soon. And speaking of reviews, I've done over 650 now, maybe over 660. I think it's getting quite close. Yeah, so in this corner there'll be a link to a playlist of all my other reviews. So after you've watched this and liked the video and subscribed, of course, feel free to check those out. And I also do a Patreon and a YouTube member program. So if you want to join us to help out the channel, that'd be beautiful and hugely appreciated. And again, the links will be up there, or if not there, in the description, or both. So please check those out. And as I mentioned before, I've got a Discord channel as well, and the description has got the link to that in as well. It'd be great if you could join that and become a member of the community. Okay, well, on to the review. Yeah, so quite interested in this, I have to say. So let's see what the description says. 4 crispy wafer fingers covered with caramel flavour, white and milk chocolates. Well, there you go. So it is white chocolate. So that's really good. So it's not your caramel, your Caramac style topper, or your McVitie's Gold. I think McVitie's Gold's the same. I don't think that's white chocolate. So I stand to be corrected, but I'm quite sure that's the case. So yeah, so a bit more. I think caramel white chocolate is nicer, really. And you know, to try that Twirl Caramel, did a review of that not long ago. I need to do the actual caramel review as well. And that's basically white chocolate with a caramel flavour, and it's really nice. And it's even nicer, I think, I'd say. Yeah. So as you don't know, KitKats, you probably do really. They're quite a famous bar, but those you don't know, it's basically sort of like a layers of wafer with separated by chocolate, covered in another chocolate, and generally it's milk chocolate. But in this case, as I say, it's a sort of caramel white chocolate and milk chocolate. So you can see white chocolate on top, milk chocolate underneath. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so a bit of flourishes going on. They do come in 2-finger versions. There used to be, I don't know if it's because I was younger and I only got the smaller ones when I was younger, but I think the 2-finger bar used to be really the only way to get KitKats when I was younger. But that was quite a while ago now. So they do 4-fingered versions as well. The 2-finger ones generally now are just for selling packs of, say, between, I don't know, 7 and 10 or something. But the 4-fingered ones are where you can get them as if they're their own thing, like a chocolate bar like this. You can buy them separate. Yeah, so what else have we got? May contain peanuts, tree nuts, and egg. Yeah, and then we've got the nutritional stuff. So per bar, which is quite good, just give per 100 grams, but does give per bar as well. And the bar is 41.5 grams. It's 219 calories, 11.6 grams of fat, 6.3 of which is saturates. But per 100 grams, it's 526 calories, 27.9 grams of fat, 15.3 of which is saturates. It's good to know KitKat contains no artificial flavours, colours, or preservatives. And it's got good food, good life, Nestlé, it says on the back as well. Know your servings, 1 bar is 1 serving. And yeah, you can contact Nestlé in a variety of ways. UTZ certified. Yeah, by buying UTZ or UTZ if you're from the US. Certified cocoa. Nestlé supports sustainable cocoa farming. UTZ.org. So there we are. It says the film's not yet recycled. So there we go, so interesting one, but as I say, quite big flourishes on this one. I don't think it needs them either, you know what I mean? It could just come like that. There's no need for a flourish here. Yeah, so a bit disappointing, but Alright, well, I think we should get into it and give it an open. Let's do it. Let's give it an open. Right, okay, once we've got this KitKat Gold, Nestlé KitKat Gold, yes, I'm going to give this an open, but of course before we do that, we've got the flourishes. So let's have a look at my trusty measuring stick. Yeah, so this is what I mean by flourishes, by the way, these shenanigans here. So you can see one on its own, you think, oh, well, maybe not too much, but where both sides have got them, that's like, I don't know, 1.5, 2 centimetres each. And so we're talking like, yeah, so it's about 1.5 centimetres. So you're losing 3 centimetres for the other bar. Now the whole thing is 12 centimetres here. 3 of which are basically flourishes. So that's a quarter of what's here is just nothing, to start with. So, yeah. So it's like I say. I mean, it's like one of those old pictures you do at maths when you're in school. We got that line, and basically if you add sort of points on the end of it that go outwards, it makes it look bigger than as if they go inwards. The line looks to be longer even though it's the same length. So yeah, and that's what these flourishes do basically. I mean, they might try and hide behind the fact that it's to open the bar or whatever, but that's what they're really doing. Okay, so yeah, what did we say? 12 centimetres, I think we said, didn't we? Yeah, pretty much 12. Well, give or take, it's possibly, yeah, depends how you hold it really. It's 11.9 in some respects, but we'll say 12, I think, for intents and purposes. You can manoeuvre it to get to 12. Okay, right. So look then, so what are we up against? Here we go. Wow, well, it looks very nice, doesn't it? That's a nice looking bar. It's got a lovely caramel smell coming from it. It's very sort of gold colour, isn't it? Well, so maybe off gold slightly, but yeah. Well, it's not gold, of course, but it's something that I can describe as being gold, golden colour, but maybe it's slightly, let's say, a burnished gold. How about that? There we go. You see, it says, whoop, almost dropped it. See, it says KitKat. Now, some of them say my break on some of these, hashtag my break. This one also says all KitKat on it, so that's unusual. Where is it? I assume it's a UK bar as well. So yeah, it's got UK numbers on it. So it is made in the UK. Yeah, so it's strange how they've not got the hashtags on any of those. So let's see, we said it was about 13 centimetres, didn't we? So I measured the bottom. Another thing they've done is where the top isn't actually as long as the bottom either. So, and it's 9 centimetres, 9.1 centimetres. So, we have lost that 3 centimetres basically. Which is a third of the bar. A fifth is what I have in tolerance. It's nothing's tolerable really. But a fifth is what I generally accept as being okay. So a third is obviously a lot more than that, so that's pretty bad. So what this is, it's got this like red line along, so I don't know what that is there. See that? I don't know if that's where it's been sealed or something, or I don't know what that is really, that red line. Where it's meant to have a pull tab or something to rip it. I don't know. Odd. But yeah, so there we go. It looks very nice. So yes, so as I say, so 9 centimetres, 9.1 at the bottom. So at the top though, as I say, it isn't it's 8.5 at the top. As I say, it's not straight at the sides. And the width, and again the width is something that will change. At the bottom, that's 6.3, and at the top, of course it's fingers at the top, but it's less. It's less again, but 5.7. Yeah. So 6.3 to 5.7. So that's losing half a centimetre or more each time. And the height, about 1 centimetre. So again, you can see there's, obviously there's all these, it's fingers as well anyway, so each one's not, it's not, there's massive gaps basically. So yeah, not a big block of chocolate, but that's the way it is, isn't it? Okay, so of course, yeah, you'd snap them. So let's give one a snap. So this is an individual finger, of course, and you can see it is mainly the sort of caramel white chocolate. There's not much milk chocolate on there. Did they give the percentages on the back? Caramel flavour white chocolate 45% and milk 21%. So yeah, so there's double the white chocolate, caramel white chocolate. So caramel flavour white chocolate, yeah. Now if I snap it, you can see there. And what's good about it as well actually is that the partition here is actually the caramel white chocolate as well. Sometimes on these, especially on the Japanese KitKats, maybe some other ones, the partition, by which I mean the chocolate in between the wafers, is just milk chocolate. So they've been lazy and just sort of basically used the same one as the regular KitKats and covered it in a special chocolate. But this one, you can see, it is actually caramel chocolate in the middle, the white chocolate, which is really good. More distinct on the wrapper. You can see there, more distinct what I'm talking about there, the different layers. But nonetheless, it is quite distinct. So I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed that they've not just used milk chocolate, which they often do. Yeah, that's definitely a plus point. Okay, well, I think we should give it a taste. Proof's in the pudding, as they say, or in the KitKat. Let's give it a taste. Okay, once I give this KitKat Gold a taste, yeah, very excited for this one. So it's basically white chocolate, caramel flavoured white chocolate, about 40%. Was it 45%, and milk chocolate 21%. But the interesting thing was, as I say, it's got the white chocolate in between the wafers, sort of layers. Normally they just go for the caramel flavoured white chocolate. Normally just go for milk chocolate and just use, just be lazy and just do the sort of special taste or special chocolate covered in the just covering it. So it's nice that they've done that. Okay, right. I'll have a finger here. Let's give it a taste. So there's a nice smell coming from this as well. It does look a bit like if you look at the bottom, this milk chocolate, it does look a bit lighter than normal. So it's as if it's slightly got some of the white chocolate in. Not sure, not that way. It could just be me making it up, but you can see clearly it does sort of bleed over to it quite a lot. Yeah, and it's quite uniform at the top as well. This was the only bit here where a bit of the milk chocolate bled into the white chocolate, but the rest of it was quite clean, like that. Okay, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Yeah, it's very nice. It's a lovely. It smells nice. It smells like caramel. I think I mentioned that before, but it tastes very. It's a very nice, fresh taste, actually. I like it a lot. I think the fact that there's not loads of the white chocolate, the caramel white chocolate, just makes it sort of work quite well, because obviously there's lots of wafer there. You actually get just a good amount of it. It's not too overpowering. I think it might be quite a strong chocolate otherwise. You just have a block of it. No, it's really nice, really nice. Yeah, I really like this. It's very, very tasty. Very I'd say it's very fresh. Got this lovely fresh taste to it. Because it's white chocolate and not like a caramel. It's not very powdery. It's I'd say it just tastes sort of nice and it's a light, fresh taste. Yeah, it's very nice. Can't really taste the milk chocolate, of course. The milk chocolate's at the bottom. I think it's probably a waste of time, really, having the milk chocolate at the bottom. Maybe, but having said that, it might sort of pull back the caramel chocolate and the white chocolate just enough to make it not quite overpowering. I think the balance is really good. I say lovely crunch with the wafer as well. A great set of textures. So you can't really taste the milk chocolate because the caramel's quite strong. As I say, maybe it just balances it out. No, I really like this. It's really nice, really tasty. Very moreish as well. And as I say, that caramel taste is just balanced, just right. I think any more chocolate would be a bit too much. That's lovely. I can't really think of anything negative to say, really. I mean, as I say, the caramel's quite strong. It might, having that's a third of the bar now. It's quite perhaps does catch in your throat slightly or in your mouth. It just sort of lingers a bit, but it's really nice. I'm really impressed with this. I'm glad the way. I really think it's a real plus point the way they've in the layers they've used the actual caramel white chocolate as well. I think that's just a nice touch. It probably doesn't really add much to the flavour, but it's just nice that they've done it and not been lazy. I just like that, and obviously it will add something. It might be a bit subtle, but no. I think it's really nice. I think it's probably not the best flavour in the world, I think I'd say. I think maybe the Cadbury's Australia Caramilk is a nicer caramel chocolate, but this one's not far behind. It's a nice one. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not that. Can I give it the full marks? I don't know really. I mean, I'm not sure if it's quite out there to sort of blow your mind, blow your socks off. I don't know, but it's not bad at all. I think it's probably. I don't think it's basically. It's not got that X factor. It's not got the wow factor. It's just nice. You know what I mean? It's very nice. But it's not fantastic. I don't think you'd come away from it thinking I've just tasted the greatest bar ever. But you've definitely had a nice experience. So I think for that I can't give it the full marks, but I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's a real success. Really nice. Not lazy. It's not a lazy attempt. It's white chocolate as well, not just this caramel. Substitute chocolate thing that you can use in Caramax and things. It's really nice, and I think it's I think it just works really well. Nestlé white chocolate is great. It's always the best, but of course it's got a caramel flavouring to it. So it does kind of mean it's not quite Nestlé white chocolate as such, if you know what I mean. Obviously, And I think But I think, you know, it's just really nice. I love KitKats. I love the wafer. I love the crunch. The textures is nice. I think I'll say perhaps the fact they've got white milk chocolate at the bottom just helps diffuse the caramel white chocolate a bit to make it a bit less over the top. Hard to say, of course, but yeah, I think it's great. I think it's only not got a 5 because it's just not got like something else, an X factor there. But I think the caramel white chocolate, you know, you could argue that might be it. But I don't know. I think for me, it's just not quite there. You know, yeah, but it is really nice. 4.5 out of 5 for sure, I think. And it's, I'd say a high 4.5 out of 5. There's no reason, you know, as I say, other than just like a lack of a wow factor, I think, or something that's really stands out that I think, you know, isn't there. But as I say, caramel white chocolate is not overly common. I've seen it a few times in the past few weeks, of course, typically, but yeah. But, you know, I think definitely give it a taste. It's really nice. Looks nice as well. Good quality product, I think. 4.5 out of 5. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon if you can, and of course the YouTube member program if you can as well. All links in the description and things like this for anything you need. Yeah, great to hear from you. Leave a comment, always great to hear from you, really is. I'll reply as soon as I can. Yeah, and subscribe if you haven't already done so as well, of course. Thanks guys, take care and have a lovely day. Bye. See ya.